risotto is one of the truly great dishes to make in the pressure cooker because
Not supposed to be.
you know what? Should we try that? Because it's a great company dish. It has in my book, in Pressure Perfect, you'll find, I think, about 10 or 12 variations of risotto, and you can just adapt your favorite risotto recipe to it, to the pressure cooker. And if you add already boiling liquid, the pressure will come up much faster. That's just a tip that I'll give you in general, because now we're going to have to wait for the liquid to come to a boil, which is going to then create the steam. We won't be doing that today, but in general, when you're making a big soup, that's a smart thing to do.
Do you need instant hot boiling water? I've got it here.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're going to use broth today. Are we using broth in the soup? I can't remember. I think we are using vegetable broth in the soup. So yeah, the risotto. We're doing risotto first. So
What did you put in there?
I put in the onions.
And nothing else?
Olive oil.
Oh.
And it's pretty much starting it out as you would a classic risotto. Okay, let's see where my kitchen scissors are. They have blue handle. I could not live without kitchen scissors, and that's why I brought my kitchen scissors, which are nothing more than scissors. But, you know, I used to stand... Those are fabulous. I mean, those are the real thing. I use these really cheap, ones I buy from Quill.
I lost them.
Well, where is my kitchen scissors? All right, I'll have a breakdown later. Here they are. I just, you know, I have 6 or 8 of these in my kitchen drawer because I'm using them for everything. Because I used to stand in cooking classes and go like this. Until I realized that was not a good idea. And then have you discovered these little wonders?
Yeah.
So these are great for travel. Our pressure cooker will travel, and for storage. So we're going to do 1½ cups of the rice. And we're going to just make sure that the rice is coated with a little bit with the oil, which again is going to prevent the foaming. But we're not making a large quantity of the risotto anyway, so no, we're not going to have foaming issues. Now, the other thing I find in the pressure cooker is I like to reduce the wine. In this case, it's still pretty standard for pressure cooking, for risotto, to evaporate the wine and it's kind of like starting the rice, it's starting the opening of the rice, starting the absorption process of the rice with the wine. And we'll have a lot left over, so anyone who wants to have some after. Now, so I'm going to pour this in, and anyone who wants to come around and see is welcome, but it's going to evaporate quite quickly, because partly it's going to evaporate, and partly the risotto rice is absorbing it. Now, have I forgotten anything? Not so far.
Don't you sort of stir the rice around and let it get white before you add the wine? No?
Maybe some recipes say that,
Yeah.
but what's the reasoning?
I don't know, just so that it's coated with the olive oil and stuff. So.
Okay, well, I did do that.
Yeah,
I did coat it. Now, the basis of this recipe is to you know how when you make risotto you stir quite frequently? It's quite labor intensive.
17 minutes. My recipe.
17. Oh, I even thought it was more like 30.
No.
So in this case, the pressure cooker really does all of that for you pretty much. It's just going to be the last 5 minutes. No, not even 5. 3 minutes. we're gonna finish it off. I'm gonna reserve about a half a cup, which we may or may not need of the liquid, of the broth. Let me see what I have here.
So you could make just a tiny quantity also.
You
It's-
could.
Doesn't matter.
You can make a small amount, although, if you really get into pressure cooking, you're gonna wanna have 2 pressure cookers probably. An 8-quart, this is a 6-quart, but I would recommend for your first cooker, excuse me, an 8-quart, because then you can do that triplex cooking I was describing. And then you may wanna have a 2.5-quart for risotto, and maybe for vegetables. Okay, what I'm doing, the reason I'm stirring now was not because of stirring risotto, but some of the rice kernels were stuck on the bottom of the cooker, and I'm just, by feel, I'm making sure that there aren't any. Okay, who wants to put the lid on? Who
Can
wants to-
we look before, I want to look and see what
Absolutely.
it looks like before you?
And I want to put the heat to the fry, so I don't. Anybody want to take a peek? And I need a volunteer for putting the lid on.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, you're brave soul.
I would agree.
Okay, so what she's going to do, there's a little arrow on here. She's going to line up the arrow with the dot, with actually the arrow on the base, and then until it nests. She's having a little trouble because she's a newbie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, look. Here is this, and there's that.
There it is.
It's not, I don't think so. I don't think it's nested.
No.
Okay, then. Okay, if it weren't properly nested, it wouldn't close properly. Does anyone else want to try it? So, now we're basically going to wait for it to come up to high pressure, which is going to be that. So it'll take, like if the broth were boiling, but that involves dirtying another pot, which I personally would probably not bother to do. It would probably take about 2 minutes, but now it may take a little bit more, like 4 minutes.